And coming up in this week's video, Storm Marta sets in. We're surrounded by Germans. I spill my bottle of piss all over the van floor before we then go on to visit an old historic fort with a peculiar feature, and then we stand on what can only be described as the most scariest thing I've stood on in a long time. As we pull away from Silves, there's still a niggling doubt in my mind as to whether I'm doing the right thing. I've been in that park up for the past 3 or 4 days, weathered 2 storms, and it was very much protected from all directions. And here we were driving further west, as was the call-in, into Storm Marta, which we knew was going to come anyway, and going to a park up I'd never been to before. And these are the kind of things that, you know, I think about and I wouldn't say worry about, but I think about a lot. But you know, sometimes you've just got to trust your instinct and know that, you know, whatever happens, you'll manage it somehow. I just pulled over to show you this view, and I think there's a park up literally just I think that's it, just there. So there's one there. That's not the one we're aiming for, but it is a plan B. But the views up here are spectacular. It is a bit exposed. I can feel the wind now, massively compared to where we were. Right, we're in for the moment. I'm not sure if we're going to stay here actually. It is pretty bloody windy, and it's meant to be getting worse tomorrow. It's unfortunate really, because the views would be stunning. And I had a look at the other car park, or the parking spot just down to the south of the restaurant, and it's just a quagmire, to be honest. So that's a no-go, just for dragging shit in and out of the van really. The weather holds off. You've got to look at there, and it's going to pee down any moment now. But if we can get some bright spells, then this actually isn't such a bad spot to be in. Right, this is looking out the side window, out to the west, and I think it's brace, 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 because there's a shitload of rain on its way. Right, slight change to the position. I've just orientated now, so the nose and bonnet is into the wind, which has died for the moment, but it is going to pick up a little bit later. Kettlebell's out, going to do a bit of training, and I think we will stay here for the night, despite the forecast. It's look, we've been in worse, so it's not so bad. Come to Portugal, they said. Lots of sunny weather, nice and warm. Oh my god, yeah, get yourselves down the Algarve. Never a wet day down there. Well, we've been bombarded with storms today. And hail, thunder, lightning, you name it, we've had it. But to get this at the end of the day, you know, it's not a bad way to end. You won't be able to see a lot out there, but take it from me, it's absolutely howling out there. Right, simple dinner tonight, nothing fancy. Spicy chicken veg. I bought quite a lot of veg over the last couple of days, so just getting through that. I've got a little tiny cake in there for after, and then it's going to be water, more water, and an apple. That's about it. Moles is down there chilling out. That's the eye of why am I down here and not on a soft bed. And yeah, and then I'm just going to get stuck into a bit of editing while I'm here. I edit some photos as well, actually. It's been an on and off okay day, he says, with the rain lashing off the roof. It is what it is. We've had a fair few bright spells. I managed to get out and do a 45-minute training session in the car park, so that was okay. That's my sanity restored. And the van, for the most part, is fairly dry on the inside now. We had a good airing earlier on. And yeah, we're just settling in for the evening, and that's pretty much it, and we'll figure out what to do from tomorrow. As I say, Storm Marta, I think it is coming in, well, tonight and tomorrow. And then after that, it's meant to clear, so we'll make a plan. I'd like to go over to the coast, to the west coast, and spend a day or two by the beach, but we'll figure that out, as I say, probably after this weekend. I'll catch you in a bit. Good morning, everyone. We're still up on top by the dam, and Storm Marta is now upon us. It's not as bad as some of the others have been, but there are the odd strong gust and heavier downpour coming through, and hopefully this is only going to last for, I'd say, half a day, and then it should start to ease again. But yeah, I sat down last night and was just thinking about it, and I've been on the south coast now, pretty much between Malaga and here, for the past 2, maybe coming up 3 weeks, and this is now the 6th storm we've driven through or been involved in. I think it all started with Harry back over in Spain. Sorry, it's a bit all samey, but there's not a lot I can do. I can't put a drone up. I'm not going out there and exploring in this. It's utter shite, if I'm honest. But there, you know, this is the reality of van life. I've said it time and time again. It's not all sunshine, you know, rainbows. Well, we've had a few of those, and all the glitz and glamour that you see on Instagram and the chosen, well-edited posts. Sometimes it's really shit. And that's a view out to the reservoir, which we can't really see anymore. Oh my days. Right, we now have company in the form of a French micro camper. Lovely chap, just been out there chatting to him. Right, the worst of the rain is gone, so I'm just going to get some lunch on. And we've got a Portuguese muffin, bit of butter. I am going to put a little bit of cheese on the side. I'm going to have a bit of avocado on there, and then 2 fried eggs. And that's it. Simple dinner. Eggs on avocado with a bit of cheese. Oil is heating up. The bases are prepared. I'm just going to eat the cheese on the side. I can't be asked to throw it on there. And the finished article. That's not bad. Now that's better. Oh yes, that's better. So yeah, not a huge plan, but I think we'll head to the coast, see what that's like. Maybe try and stay overnight. I know they're quite hot down there, with people not staying at the beach overnight. But we'll see what it looks like and feels like, and we'll make a decision down there. But I think we'll get to the coast to see what's what. Hey up, Moles. How excited are you by van life? It's rubbish. Well, it had to happen at some point, eh? If you're pissing a bottle in a van, at some point, something's gonna happen. And today, that happened. I dropped the bloody thing. There's that much left, and it's now... Oh, for fuck's sake. I've caught most of it. Well, no, I've caught all of it, thankfully. But now the cleanup operation begins. Oh, fuck me, it's all in my Crocs as well. Oh, well. Van life, eh? Still, the storm has passed. All right there. We're on the move. Lovely couple of nights here. A Frenchman was there last night. I had a good chat with him. But we're going to head now down to the I think it's the most southwesterly part of Portugal, and a town called Sagres. I've seen a couple of park-up options, so we'll go and have a look. It could be one of those ones it's just a massive overspill car park with many campers and motorhomes and stuff like that in there, but we'll go and have a look anyway. And if it's not suitable, we'll just head off somewhere else. Well, we're in. There are a few vans here, but not quite what I was expecting. It's a big enough area. We shouldn't get in each other's way. Hey, old girl. Right, I'm going to take her out for a little walk, go and have a look what's what, and then catch up with you in a bit. Yay! We're at the coast for the first time in Portugal. Oh, Jesus. Molly, get away. Bloody hell. Oh, there you go. Didn't expect that drop off. And just on the headland there, you have got a large fort. I think it's called the Fort of Sagres. And I think we have to go through that to get to the lighthouse. Ooh, somewhere over there. So all I've seen coming up through here, this is almost like, I guess I'd liken it to the Cornwall of Portugal or something, because everything coming up through the town then was surf related, or seemed to be. And then you look down there in the bay and it's just full of surfers. And judging by the car parks further over there, so you've got one behind that school down there and one up there. It seems to be a mecca for the camper van world as well. Oh, look at that. As if by magic, the weather has followed me. Oh, marvellous. It's meant to be a shower, and I think, looking at the weather forecast, the next 2, 3, possibly even 4 days are meant to be really good, actually. Well, I say really good. Better than they have been, which isn't hard. I tell you what, I've just got up from editing and had a look out to see what the clouds are looking like. It's, you know, I know it's hard to judge off this camera, but it's a massive, massive car park with tons and tons and tons of space. And then that German motorhome has to go and park right by there. It's literally 6 meters away, if that. It could have gone anywhere, like absolutely anywhere. But, just beggars belief. Where's it, Mal? What are you doing up there? Well, good morning from Sagres. And it's 19 degrees in the van, and that's with the door open. However, it's a bit of a grey, misty start to the day. Oh, and another German motorhome thought they'd come and park right by me. Cool. Anyway, I'll stop moaning about Germans and motorhomes. Yeah, it gives showers throughout the day, but pretty much it's going to be like this, I think, for most of the day. But we will get out and about. I'm going to put the long lens on, get down to the beach and see if I can get any photos of the surfers. Not exactly the greatest light for it, but, you know, we'll go and see what sort of shots we can get. Especially with this wind, you might have a bit of decent swell and wave down there. And apart from that, we'll go and check the fort out, and depending on the weather, maybe take a trip into town as well. I'm probably going to stay here again tonight. It's really comfortable here. It's clean, as in it's like cobbled floors, etc. So I'm not dragging dirt and mud and all that sort of stuff in and out the van. Right, I'm going to have to give over because people think I'm being uber serious. But yeah, so Germans behind. Germans to the side. And now Germans in front. I'm absolutely surrounded. But, yeah, oh well, it is what it is. What I would say though, and I've noticed this since being in Portugal, I've not seen another Brit registered camper van. Yeah, I do like this big old Vario style Mercedes, and to be honest, I've been on the internet looking at them, and I wouldn't mind going bigger and maybe older and more cultish. Alright, so that's the road we came in on yesterday, and that's so looking west, and I don't know whether you can pick it up, but there is another lighthouse sort of out that way, and that's the furthest sort of southern western part of Portugal. Tell you what, there's such a roar coming off this water. Even where I am over in the car park, you'd hear it all night. So that's the long look back down to the park up area that I'm in. It really is so bloody blowy today. Thankfully it's dry at the moment, but I just hope this dead cat on the microphone is doing its job. But yeah, it's just, yeah. I'll tell you what this feels like. This feels like my first week on Orkney, where just every day I was just getting battered by wind no matter where I parked up. I just couldn't escape it. That's what this reminds me of. Just incessant bloody wind. Right, so we're just coming up on the fort, which I believe dates from the 16th century, and then I believe it also was revamped or reworked in the 1700s or something. But yeah, and it's funny, it's a fort with only one wall, and that's this frontage. Half of it being under renovation over there. And the rest of it, they didn't need to build walls at the back because it has a natural, I think they say 50 or 60 meter cliff, sea wall, which are pretty imposing, to be honest. Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, so this other half, the eastern half, is all scaffolded up. Yeah, so that's the other side that any army would have to scale to gain access to the people hiding behind this wall. God, makes such a shit historian, fair play. By all accounts, the forecast for tomorrow is supposed to be so much better. But I'm sure they said that yesterday about today. I tell you what, one final point while I'm walking, and it's only just really occurred to me, but oh, I've got my mojo back. But I'll be perfectly honest with you and open. I wouldn't say I've suffered the last few days, but it's just being cooped up in that bloody van, not being able to go out, and you know, I like going out with Molly and doing long walks and discovering what's there and all the rest of it. But we've just had the most incredibly shit weather. And so over the past week, I'd say I've probably spent the majority of each day just holed up in the van. But now, and you know, the weather's not perfect now, but we're getting out and about because there's stuff here to see. It's really interesting. There's a lot going on, even though the weather's not particularly great. But just getting out and about and doing all this, oh, I'm just really happy again. It's been fucking shit, honestly. There you go. For all those wanting to do van life, have a reality check on this one. Sometimes it's pissing depressing, and you don't realize how bad it is until you get a good day like today, and get out and about and realize just just what you've had to endure over the last few days. You know, it's all right sitting in the van, suffering in silence and everything else, and thinking you are coping and getting on with things, like dropping your piss bottle. But you know, it's all part of it. As I like to say, you know, you do really have to take the rough with the smooth, and there's no shortage of the rough shit. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you ever think about setting out on this way of life. It's great, the perks are great, you know, when things are going well, there's no better place to be. But when it's shit, it does make you question your life choices. Anyway, that's my ramble over. Aye, the old surfer dudes are out. 2 words. And the second one is that. If you don't know what the first one is, it rhymes with duck. If you're going to go by that, it says no camping at all. And then you look over there and it's full of camper vans. Well, just a simple dinner tonight. A mixed salad with olive oil, balsamic vinegar, salt and pepper sprinkled on it. And then just a burger with an egg on top. Et voila, there we have it. Simple dinner. Well, good morning from a very misty Sagres. However, the good news is it's not as windy as it has been, and it's not raining at the moment. And I think the forecast is fairly steady for the day. So we've just come out and about, and you can't really see an awful lot. And with that, me and the maltster head away towards the coastline and a short walk up to the fort so we can go and discover what's up there, what's on the inside, and what it's all about behind that one unique wall. Right, well, that's the first bowls up. I've rocked up without Molly's lead, and they said that it'd be better if she had the lead. And not only that, but with Molly, I can't go in any of the buildings that's on the inside there. So I'm going to go back to the van, and I'll just leave her in the van for half an hour. So that's behind the wall. Oh, we've got a little church over there. We'll do that on the way back. Ah, cool, look at that little row of cannons. I've been hearing this thing for some distance, and it's called, I don't know whether this is picking it up that well, but it's called the Chamber of Sound. You can hear it, like literally a couple hundred meters away. Fucking hell, that's really scary. So the tide is down there. There's obviously a hole or crevice or something straight down. Jesus Christ. Let's get right into the heart of it. Jesus Christ, the whole thing is vibrating. It's mental. I'll be honest with you, it was worth the €10 just to stand in the centre of that and feel the force of that wind and hear that sound. Honest to God, it's bloody nerve-wracking. To be fair, that's not the prettiest lighthouse I've ever seen. That's another big hole that leads down to the sea. Oh, there we go. There's a scar on the top of that cliff over there, and right at the end there's a fisherman. Not only is it precarious, but such a height to bring up a fish. Yeah, I think that's close enough really. Not too dissimilar to Portugal, just on a very, very minor scale. Ah, there we are. View to the front gate. Oh, I would say, and there's the van, but you just can't see it. So one good thing about a park up like this is you do get to see what all the other vans are like, and there's everything here from your standard relays like mine and Mercedes through to old motorhomes like that one just there, like that one, really nice. That luxurious monstrosity which is there, all jacked up, pegged up and just looking humongous. And then my favourite down there, which is the old Vario style. Well, good morning, and this will be our final morning here. It's time to make a move. It's filled up quite a bit. Actually, it's still stacks of space, and still not one Brit registered vehicle other than ours. But yet again, another grey day, overcast, and yeah, it's pretty much been a similar story since getting here. Still fairly strong winds too. And with that, it's time to leave. We head now a couple of hours north and inland, where we are met with eucalyptus forests that stretch as far as the eye can see. And then we start to pick out some of the most stunning lakes that we've come across so far on this trip. But until then, do take care everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.